Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is the recap of round 6 in Amsterdam Chess Open. This is the very last round of the tournament because it's a weekend tournament which are usually shorter than a 9-round event which we are used to in classical tournaments, but this tournament is 6 rounds and yeah, it's the last round and I'm on 4 out of 5 after 5 rounds. So this game is quite important. There's a saying that you'd rather be on the top boards in the last round than in the first round. Because in the last round, if you're on the top boards, it means you're doing something right. And guess what? I'm not just playing in round 6 against a strong opponent. I'm playing the #1 seed, the Grandmaster of this tournament, HIII van den Doel. I'm playing him and he is Grandmaster rated 2557, and I thought, wow, like not a single bone in me was afraid. I was so excited for this pairing because no matter what happens, it's amazing. Like, okay, obviously I don't want to get destroyed and crushed like crazy, but I thought if I lose, I have a great experience and I'm not going to lose rating as much. If I win, I will be over the moon. If I draw, great stuff. So I have like no pressure at all. I'm not really thinking about the standings. Like, okay, winning obviously would be really good for me in the standings, but I thought I just want to play a game of chess. No matter what happens, I want to have a good time. So that was my mindset going into this game, and that is yeah, that's what happened. So let's see what happened in the game. My opponent plays d4. I didn't have so much time to prepare for this game. Like, it was like 5 minutes. I just quickly checked my opponent plays, and my opponent plays basically everything on the planet, like any opening. So I thought, okay, I'm not even gonna bother preparing. Like, we're just go full send without prep. d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, c6, the Slav, knight c3, e6, the semi-Slav, and now my opponent went for the move e3. So here I go for knight bd7, queen c2, and here I was thinking, what am I supposed to do? I didn't really quite remember what I'm supposed to do here, and I keep getting afraid for these e4 pushes that I don't really know how to counter them. Now that I looked at the game afterwards, I realized, okay, I understand the difference is better. But anyway, I should have played with bishop d6 here, but for some reason I thought let's play it safe with bishop e7. Here my opponent should have played move b3, which is the more accurate move, but my opponent played bishop d3, and here I thought, hold on, d takes c4, let's make it exciting. Let's make it exciting and fun, because I used to play this as a kid when I was like 12, which has been quite some time now, and I used to play this when I was very young, and I love these positions. It's very, very interesting. Bishop takes c4, b5, bishop e2. Usually they go back to d3, but I guess bishop e2 is also fine. But after bishop b7, the idea is simple. I want to play a6 and then c5, and I'm basically opening up the c file for my rook, and my pieces feel much better in that position than almost any other position in the Slav or the Queen's Gambit, you know? So I was really happy with that to happen, obviously. My opponent went for short castles, a6, e4, and here I just played c5. And I thought, you know, if my opponent takes, knight takes c5, and I'm happy. This pawn, if it moves forward, it only becomes more weaker, so I'm okay with that. But my opponent went for d5, and here I thought, what in the GM preparation is this? Like, am I supposed to notice? Is this like a common sacrifice? Like, is this good at all? Like, you know, if like someone rated 2000 would have played this against me, I would have been like very hesitating about the fact that, you know, like, what are they doing? But if a Grandmaster plays against me, it's a whole other story. And I start to doubt and hesitate, and I'm just confused. What's going on? I just take the pawn, because why not? Knight takes d5, knight takes d5, e takes d5, and here I start thinking. I start thinking because is that pawn free or not? Apparently, I can take the pawn, but it comes with a lot of risk. Rook d1, I was scared of this. Knight f6, bishop g5, I was scared of this, and also there's maybe like a4 in the air, But let me show you what happens after bishop. So let's say short castle, bishop takes. Apparently there's queen takes c5. And after this, I missed the move queen e8. So the bishop on e2 is hanging, as well as the bishop on d5. Everything gets traded, or if not, then I have a really strong bishop. But everything basically gets traded, and it's a very equal-ish position. What I was also afraid of was the move such as a4, attacking my pawn on b5, and as soon as my pawn pushes to b4, I have bishop c4 that I have to deal with, and this is just a really awkward pin on the d file, and I really hated seeing this, and I didn't really know how to handle this, and yeah, apparently it was fine, like I could just play h6 and force the bishop to take on f6 and it would be fine, but during the game I was definitely really struggling to understand that this is completely fine for me. So here, knight b6 is what I played instead. I thought that pawn can wait, it's not going anywhere, and I can take it in the next few moves as well, you know, like what's the matter? Rook d1, and here, once again, I can take on d5, but I don't. I play short castle instead because I like playing it safe, you know, I don't want to allow a4, I don't want that to happen. Here my opponent went for bishop d3, which gave me the opportunity to play g6 to really shut down this diagonal, and I am not scared at all. Bishop h6, rook a8, h4, and here I went for c4, and I'm asking my opponent, where is your bishop going? Because if you go to e4, I'm just going to trap your bishop. I'm just going to trap your bishop and give you that piece. Maybe I have to be a bit careful about takes, queen takes f5, but okay, I thought this was fine. It's a bit scary, but I think it's fine with like queen d6, you know, and just defend. So anyway, my opponent went for bishop e2, and here was the big decision. I see two pawns hanging. It's 50-50. Which one do you take? Fortunately for me, it's not bad to take either. But I take the one that is less good to take. I take the one on h4. Because for some reason, I'm scared that this pawn is going to ruin my life with h5, and then somehow, magically, a rook appears on the h-file, and I get checkmated this way. I thought that was going to happen this way. But that's craziness. That's too much thinking ahead, too much overthinking. This was the moment that I could take the pawn on d5, and I didn't. I look at the position now, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, it's just a free pawn. This was the whole idea. And I play queen b6, and I'm fine. Let's say a4, queen b6. I'm fine. What's the problem? What's the matter? Like, worst case, I take on g6 with the queen, and we're fine. Like, what was I afraid of? I don't understand. I don't know. And this was very sad to see because once I take the pawn d5, like I am up a pawn, better position, more active pieces. My pieces are in harmony with each other. My opponent's pieces are a bit scattered and they're not really doing much. But for some reason, I just hallucinated here and thought that this is a bad idea. And yeah, here we are. I didn't take on d5. Very frustrating, but okay. I took the pawn on h4. I'm still better though, but in a few moves, you will understand why taking the d pawn is maybe a better idea. d6. Once again, I feel like that pawn is not doing anything. I'm not afraid of it. Like, come at me. I'm going to take you soon. Bishop f6, I retreat. Knight h2. And this is the moment that I messed up once again. I played bishop g5 because I was so desperate to get rid of that bishop that I didn't realize that my bishop is actually much better to have than that bishop. Because this bishop is stuck on h6, and if my bishop stays on this diagonal, specifically on h8, that was a really nice arrow, then I'm completely fine. It's really difficult for white to attack here, and I soon will be able to capture the pawn d6 somehow, one way or the other. But yeah, I had an opportunity to play knight d5 here to then take the pawn d6 and be completely fine. But I have to make my life very difficult with bishop g5, and my opponent went for knight g4. I see all of these moves, but I didn't really evaluate it correctly, and I did not handle it well either. Because after takes, king g7, knight g4, queen to g5 was played. So, yeah. As you can see, not a great move, huh? And the problem is that I really did not expect my opponent's next move to be so strong. Apparently playing h5 was better here because after queen c3 check, I can just play f6 and the knight has to leave. and here knight a4, and like somehow I'll be able to block the pawn with queen d7 and I'm fine. But nope, I decided to play queen g5 because I thought that queen d2, queen h6 is a bit annoying, so I have to cover this as well. Doesn't take away the fact that h5 was just fine to play, but okay. I did not expect my opponent can just play d7 here and be completely winning, because I thought that if rook e6, like my initial idea was to play rook e6 so that after queen c3 I can just like retreat. But then I realized that after promotion, rook takes, there are like most likely rook takes d8 in the position, queen takes, knight h6, king f8, queen here, queen here, and I thought, yeah, I'm probably lost here. Like that bishop is hanging, but so is queen takes f7, rook d1, and I don't know. I really didn't like this position at all. So obviously then I decided that, well, I have to play passively, but I was already sensing some danger here because now the rook has access to d6, which covers f6, and also not to forget my knight on b6 is poorly placed now. And I thought, oh no, this is getting really tricky. My opponent went for move queen c3 check, f6, and here my opponent had to play the strong rook d6 to really infiltrate in my position and cause so much damage because it's really difficult to defend this. Instead, my opponent went for queen a3, which gave me the opportunity to come back. But me being low on time already and unable to understand that I just have time to play the move knight d5, yeah, I didn't play it. I guess for some reason I was afraid that there's some bishop f3 and maybe at some point the queen comes in anyway. I didn't quite believe in the opportunity I had here to try to get in a good position or like equalize, but maybe even a better position. But yeah, I was just afraid to block this diagonal and allow bishop f3, and it just didn't feel nice. But now I just see that I could have taken the pawn next move once again. I just don't want to take this pawn. I don't know what it is, but for some reason that pawn is like untouchable in my brain. I played move f5. And after this there was f4, queen h4, and I remember seeing my opponent's face here, and he was like very like angry or upset at himself. I think he wanted to play the move g3. And that's when I realized, wait, after g3 there's actually queen h1 and I'm winning. I think he was trying to play g3 because I'm obviously trying to stay on this diagonal to cover the e7 square. But then my opponent found out that g3 is not a good move and he plays queen c3 check instead, king g8, knight f6, king f7, rook d6. And this is the moment that I realized I'm actually going to lose this game because I don't know what to do. This rook is so strong on d6 and it's just queen e5, queen e6, and lights out after that. I played knight a4, queen e3, knight takes b2, queen e6. Like I had no time, I had no moves left anymore to try. Queen e7 check, king h8, queen e5, and my opponent just finishes off the game in style. Queen h6, at least I'm not getting checkmated right away. Of course he takes the knight, queen g7, king f2, g5, rook h1. Obviously this is resignable, but I really like seeing how my opponent really finishes it off, you know? Like it is so lost, but it just felt so satisfying to allow rook takes h6 right here, queen takes h6, and now knight e8 check, and my queen is losing, checkmate very soon, and I thought, okay, this is time to resign now. So, very tough loss in the last round. It was very unfortunate. I really thought I was going to, I don't want to say that I thought I was going to win, but like during the game, I felt really good. And you know, during the game that you're doing well, you're ahead, you're winning a pawn, you're ahead a pawn against a grandmaster. But I guess all in all, it gave me so much pressure knowing that I'm doing well that I slowly crumbled. I got in time trouble. I was spending so much time when I shouldn't have. I was overthinking a lot. Like that pawn on the d file really messed things up for me. It was very difficult to move on from it and try to really evaluate the position properly and try to see that I can actually take this pawn and it's fine. A lot of people were watching this game, especially because we were fighting for the top prizes. Board 1 drew quickly, so basically those that scored 5 points finished first place. It was like 6 people that shared first place. If we would have made a draw, the winners would have won more prize money, you know, because less people have to share the prize fund. So that's why this game was so important to people, and because my opponent won, he was also part of the leaders. And had I won this game, I would have been shared first place too. So yeah, that stings a little, of course. It's really unfortunate, but I don't really feel too bad about it because the two people that I lost to were basically the leaders at the end of the tournament. So the round 3 opponent also finished. He actually won the tournament on tiebreak. So I don't feel too bad. I actually feel like I really put up a great fight, and my tiebreaks are probably like really good because of this. But yeah, overall, this tournament was amazing. It was so much fun, and it was so amazing being able to stream this and also hang out with other streamers. It was truly amazing experience. I wish we had more time to like hang out and rest and more time to record recaps during the tournament, but I was really fried during the tournament at some point. So that's why yeah, I had to do the recording afterwards. But all in all, super happy about this experience, super happy about this tournament, and guess what? We're back to 2200. My life rating is 2200, exactly, on the dot. It's like the Olympiad never happened, this tournament never happened, but I got so much experience now because of these two tournaments. But I basically won everything back that I lost in Olympiad, so I'm super happy. We're back to 2200. I'm not sure if I will have more games going on. I'll probably have more games going on that will count for this month, but anyway, that's a different thing. So let's try to maintain 2200 and let's go up. Let's go up again. And yeah, I'm super happy to have played this tournament. Shout out to the organizers of Amsterdam Chess Open for organizing this tournament, inviting me, having me over. They helped me so much during the tournament, so it was truly amazing, and it was really nice to see how supportive they were of us streamers, and yeah, it was a truly amazing experience. So I hope to be back next year. I met so many people as well, people that I already knew, but also some people that I never met before, and even some people from my community that I have seen in my chat. And yeah, it's just so amazing to meet new people and to especially meet people that are part of your stream, part of the community, and then they suddenly appear. It's like so cool. So yeah, all in all, great experience. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these recaps. I love recording these recaps. It's like, it's so fun to go over these games, no matter what the results. Obviously, losses hurt more. But yeah, the losses in this tournament did not feel too bad for me. I was feeling really good about my games, and yeah, I'm just really happy about the tournament overall. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the love and support. And soon I'll be playing another tournament. So stay tuned for that. I hope to announce that in advance, more in advance than this tournament. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.